Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Ghosts. And honest to God, I don't understand how I let you talk me into these things, Bruce.
Oh, I owed ya.
Apparently. So today we watched, oh dear God, we watched Ghost Adventures, Season 29, Episode 1, The Poltergeist House Curse. They're talking about the house that the original Poltergeist movie from 1982 was used. You know, the movie with Carol Ann, yeah, and they're here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, this house is in Simi Valley. It's an actual house. The house itself reminded
Yeah.
me, from the outside, it reminded me of the Brady Bunch house, kind of like that. But it was a nice house and a huge backyard with that great big pool. But this house, so it was used as the set for the 1982 movie, the Poltergeist.
Yeah.
It has been owned by the same person for 45 years and finally came on the market round about August last year. It sold by October for $1.28 million. The person who purchased it is an investor from California, and their idea is to set it up so that it looks like the original movie and rent it out as an Airbnb. That's their plan.
Yes.
Now, the original people that had the house have had no issues with it from that I could find in any search. In fact, the real estate lady said the home has been well taken care of and possesses good energy in spite of its ties to the film franchise. So there's that. Then I found some articles about this, about them wanting to turn it into. They have a Instagram page now for the Poltergeist House. And it's called the Poltergeist House. Right now they've got a grand total of about 85 followers or something. But they want to set it up so that it is like the vintage, the TV is there and all that stuff. And it's set up just to look like the movie. Now the website, they have a website called poltergeisthouse.com where they talk about it. And right now, the Airbnb hasn't been set up yet, apparently, but you can rent the house. And on their website, it says the iconic Poltergeist house is occasionally available for film shoots and select event rentals upon request. Please note that this is our home and not a commercial venue. Liars. All applications must meet local city guidelines, have insurance certification, and have plans to minimize the impact on neighbors. Okay. But if you go to that website, it is totally geared to get you to want to rent that place out.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so it opens with the boys discussing, look at the house. Oh my gosh. And Zach says, there's a reason why we were able to have access to this house. There's a reason we are supposed to be here. Well, duh, they rent out the house. The previous owners did not rent out the house, but these people are buying. And I don't even know if the lady that they said was the owner, what's her name? I don't know her name now. I forget. I don't even care. What are you doing?
Nothing.
You're scratching at stuff.
I moved. No. Okay.
Quit it. Anyway, I don't even know if she's the real owner or if she's just the caretaker for this house, because they can't say that they live in that house. That house was empty of anything personal. It is set up for shoots. So don't tell you this is a crock of crap saying that this is not our commercial entity, it's our home. Liars, you've set it up to make money off of. It's an investment house, just like the person who bought the Conjuring house. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So Yeah, that right there pissed me off because you're lying. So
Yeah.
then they bring in these native Indian ladies from the Chumash tribe. So they're Chumash elders, and they're going on about the curse. Apparently there's some curse. It's ridiculous. Honestly, people die. And yeah,
Yeah.
people die sometimes not in nice ways. That's why they
Yeah.
die. Um,
But
you can't
um,
blame everybody who's died just because they worked on that movie in the 80s. By the year
yeah,
2000, they're sick and their kidneys fail and they die. Oh, that's because of the
the
curse of the
house.
Poltergeist house. Yeah, from 1982. Oh, screw off. Don't be stupid. But, they're
Oh,
trying to sell a product here. So
yeah.
they're playing up the curse.
And
So they
Jack
bring these,
Full is stupid.
they bring these two women in, two
Hmm.
Shumash elders in. And Zach, you can tell how he's trying to steer them where he wants them to go. And
Yeah.
he asks them basically, they that big hit in the first movie towards the very end where it's filled with water, it's raining. Jo Beth Williams, the mom, falls in. She's trying to get out, and the skeleton's trying to grab her and everything. Apparently, that really was a pit that they dug for the movie. And I guess the
Right.
homeowners probably didn't mind at that point. They wanted to build a pool anyway. So they get
Yeah.
the production people to build this hole in the ground so they can build the pool. And
Yeah.
so he's steering them and saying, you know, it, it's and he's I guess they say it's very likely that the house was built on an Indian burial ground, which is possible. But I mean, it wouldn't be just that house; it would be the neighbors on either side. You know,
Yeah. And burial mounds.
there are mounds usually. Yeah, not always,
Yes.
not always, but yeah.
Oh,
Um, but he's trying to get them to say that they dug that hole, so therefore they've disturbed the bodies, and therefore that's how the curse was started. And he
yeah.
asked her, could this have happened? And she's, well, yes, that could have happened. It's like he's really, I mean, anything could happen to upset the, uh, if anybody was buried there. When I
Yeah.
was
But
growing up, where I grew up, we were digging, well, not me personally. Well, I guess I was digging too, because, kids dig, but we were digging out, a hole for our basement for our house. And we encountered bones. Now, they were Native American or Native Indian bones.
hmm
And we ended up, I mean, we had to stop digging because you're not allowed to keep digging once you encounter bones. Um, so we called our local band office for, that's what it was called now. Now it's called First Nations and whatever. But anyway, we called the local band office and they sent over, an elder and, a couple of elders really, and they retrieved all the bones and blessed them, did
hmm
whatever they did, and then they blessed our ground so that we would be okay. We never had trouble after that because, they came and
yeah.
took the bones
But
away. We never had any trouble.
you're probably haunted.
Oh, yes, terribly. Mm.
Yes.
But we
Yes.
did continue to find things there. And every once in a while, we would, call them up and say, hey, we found some arrowheads, and we'd give them to them for their museum and stuff. It was interesting. One of my
hmm
brothers still has a little collection of arrowheads that he was supposed to give to them, but he never did. But, he's alive and I would say healthy, but he's an asshole. So maybe he was cursed away that way, be a jerk. Yeah. Anyway. That's neither here nor there. I'm not going to say which brother. They can all think that they're all assholes because they kind of are. But that's all right. I love them anyways.
Yes.
So you're not always looking at burial mounds. Sometimes they are. Mind you, ours could have been originally a mound. It was sort of on the edge of the water, so I mean, it could have sunk in. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is ours was a hole. It
Yeah.
wasn't a mound.
But
Hmm?
yeah. But my point is, Jack could it be?
Oh, geez. He's just
Could it
trying to get
be
them to say yes.
real? Yeah. And did you hear about the wanted to make the movie with real skeletons?
Yes. And wait, I did find an article about this. Now, in a 2022 piece for Vanity Fair, in commemoration with the 40th anniversary of the motion picture's release, Jo Beth Williams said that she learned that real human remains were used amid the production of the film. And she says, I always assumed the skeletons were made up by the prop department. A few years later, I ran into one of the special effects guys and I said, you guys making all those skeletons, that must have been really amazing. And he said, oh, we didn't make them. Those were real. I said, what? He said, yeah, they were real skeletons. And she said, I didn't know that where they were bought from, but they really grossed me out. I'm glad I didn't know that then because I would really have been screaming a lot for real. Now, that being said, when you watch that movie, the clips, some of those, I mean, I can't speak for all of them because I'm not looking at them closely, but some of them are clearly fake. You can see that they're kind of plastic around the mouth and everything. So how much of that is a real art? I don't know.
You can buy.
Yes, you can. You can buy
medical.
skeletons. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
And so some of them could have been real skeletons, but some of the ones that I was looking at in the clips from that Ghost Adventures shit show, it was, some of them were very, very clearly plastic. Because you could see around where the teeth are and everything, unless they were fixed to make, I don't know. So I wasn't overly impressed with that, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of them were purchased skeletons because it's easier just to do that than to make them yourself. Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, there's all kinds of things in this show. Aaron and Billy are in there doing their first initial sweep, and suddenly the lights are flickering off and on, and so Zach goes, well, let's go to the impartial third person. Did you see the lights flickering off and on? And this is supposedly the lady, the owner of the house, and she goes, oh yeah. Well, you know what? She's trying to sell this house so that it can be rented out for other ghost hunting groups and stuff. And then when the Airbnb comes, she's working on a business plan here. Really? I'm just not buying any of it. And
no, because it was a show.
It was a television show. It was a movie. This house is not haunted. People are stupid. And like I said, it was very obvious that nobody lives in this house. And there was one thing Aaron said that, I put a mint in my mouth, and as soon as, the EMF thing was going off, or whatever machine it was going off, it started to taste like dirt.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, for frig's sake, Aaron. Yeah.
He's taught by the master.
He was taught by the best, that's right.
And at least, when the TV turned on and everybody jumped in, and I seen Zach lay on the ground shaking his leg, I figured, oh fuck, now he's going to be possessed.
He's going to have a seizure. Oh, and the psychic, the original psychic from the movie, the person who is consulting for the movie. Did you notice all the sparkly stuff she had on? Oh yeah, she's just hamming it up for the show. Her hair, she had, sparkly things in her hair, and she was wearing sequins, and oh my God, really? This was her last hurrah before she dies, probably, so she wants to be on TV again. I just found it, I mean, I was ready to turn it off 15 minutes in.
No, if I
and you
watched
wouldn't let me. You told me I had to watch it. But it's 90 minutes of my life I won't get back.
Same here.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Yep. So I'm really unimpressed with this. I've begun to hate Ghost Adventures more and more and more. The more I see the fake stuff, the worse it gets. Trying to watch it for the entertainment value is all good and fine, but
But
when
there's
they
no
go
entertainment.
when they go over the top with some of this stuff, I just
Yeah.
lose. To me, it loses any chance of credibility.
He was entertaining the first
In the
maybe
first few
5
seasons. Yeah,
seasons,
yeah. The first few seasons
and
was
then
good.
his rages came in, and
Oh yeah,
fuck
yeah,
off.
yeah.
You
He
know,
was getting. Yeah, this was before he was getting possessed every second minute. It was good. When they were actually out there
choking
investigating.
himself at Dope Man's Ridge.
Oh my God, that one still gets to me. I still say they
Oh
should have
yeah,
just let him choke himself.
should have let
Go
him.
ahead.
Yeah,
Just like any
yeah.
kid who's going to hold his breath until, I'm going to hold my
He'll
breath.
drop to the ground and flop
Eventually,
around.
eventually you'll pass out and you'll start breathing again. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
And that's what
yeah,
they should have just done with Zach. Treat him like a kid.
yeah.
Don't worry, he'll be all
Well, he
right.
is a big fucking kid.
Oh, good God. Good God.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. He's
I don't know why we watched that.
such
We
a
had a
good
feeling
kid.
we weren't going to be impressed with it. I mean, I knew right off the
Well,
bat
yeah,
because you said
yeah,
it was the Poltergeist house, and I said, "What Poltergeist house?" And you went, "From the movie." I went, "No, no way." I said, "That house isn't
yeah,
haunted. It was just a TV set." Oh, yeah.
yeah,
So I knew right away I was going to
yeah.
hate it, but I
Oh,
tried to watch it. I tried, and I did watch
I
it.
tried to, my eyes are still fighting their stuff from rolling on the back of my head.
I'm not impressed. No, I'm very
Yeah.
disappointed. I think this is winding up to be probably close to their last season. I
Oh
heard that there's
God.
only going to be like 6 episodes this season. So they're getting less and
That
less.
many?
Yeah, yeah. Because I think people are losing interest because
Well,
it's the same stuff all the time. And as much as I dislike Zach for the fakery, he's a very good businessman. And I know that he could come up with other things. I mean, he still is executive producer of Help My House is Haunted, which I know a lot of people have strong opinions about, but I do enjoy the entertainment of that one. I do enjoy
yeah,
those.
because, but
It's different people for one thing, and yeah,
but he's
sometimes
not directly involved.
no,
He's got his name on it.
he just produces it, which is okay with me. Like I say, he's smart. He's a smart businessman. I think his time in front of the camera though is done for at least for this show. This show has worn out its welcome. It's worn out its welcome. I think it's
Yeah,
just time to move on to something else. 29 seasons is plenty, you know,
yeah.
just move on.
It's just-
He's got his museum. He's got other pokers in the fire. Just move on. I mean, go let the guys do house calls. I like that one.
yeah,
I like house. First of all, he's not there, but I mean, that's beside the point. But
yeah,
it's back to kind of their roots. Mind you, they were never really big on helping people, even in the beginning. They were always going out to look for the big sites. Ghost
yeah,
hunters were the ones that were helping people. But
yeah,
maybe that's why I like house calls because it's different. They're out there trying to
yeah,
help people, and I like that. So yeah, I think they
yeah,
should go do that. His I don't know, that one where he roams around, or he doesn't roam around. He has documentaries made of different parts of the.
yeah. But he'll never get another show like that because it just got killed on Reddit and
Hmm.
and IMVD or whatever. Got
Well,
2 stars.
they were just kind of dumb, just kind of dumb.
Well,
But hmm,
me and my crew,
yeah,
he kept
but
saying that.
you weren't there, dude. You're just narrating it, and
Yeah.
narrating it is just fine if that's what he wants to do. I mean,
Well,
um, what's his name from?
then you don't have to look at him. That's a bonus.
Well, there's other people that do stuff like that. Josh Gates, he has a show where he doesn't go. Expedition X, he has a team that goes out and does
Yeah.
stuff, and he narrates it, and which is what I think that show was supposed to be kind of mirrored on because same producers and stuff.
Yeah.
But that one's okay. I like Josh Gates, so I'd rather watch the shows where he's actually in it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I liked it when he did the paranormal stuff too.
yeah, Expedition Unknown. Yeah, or was
Yeah,
it no
because it was real
Destination
stuff.
Unknown? That was it, Destination Unknown, and that was
Real stuff.
Destination America. And we don't see that anymore because who knows where you can watch that. But yeah, those were good. I used to like those ones. Just the unknown.
My favorite one was Transylvania on that field where
No, it was
nothing
the
grows.
Black Forest or something like that. That was in Germany.
Whatever.
Germany, yeah.
Oh, Germany.
Where his cameraman got thrown across the field.
Romania.
Hmm?
It was Romania.
Romania? Okay.
And yeah, that guy and you've seen him.
Getting thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Zach and his crew did the same one and had to have one of his Aaron getting thrown or something. I don't know.
No,
Billy?
he got possessed again. Billy helped Zach become unpossessed.
Oh, okay. I thought one of them, the camera got thrown or something got thrown. I don't know.
No.
But I did enjoy the Josh Gates version of that. It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good. Very unexpected.
Yeah.
So anyway, we digress because thank God we need to sometimes.
That was so disrespectful in so many ways. Like that fucking doll.
Oh,
like
geez.
Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah, but they had a certificate of authenticity.
I don't give a fuck. But I'm talking about the doll.
We're going to have to put a disclaimer on this episode. But yeah, I mean, anybody can get a doll and make up a certificate of authenticity. Somebody played with this doll. Yeah.
Yeah, but the doll's head is plastic. Those Cabbage Patch dolls fell over all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't sit them on the edge of the bed.
No.
No,
the whole thing was fabric.
Yeah.
It was all fabric. Even the faces were fabric.
Stuffing and fucking plastic.
But from what you're seeing on the show, who's to say he didn't have a thin wire on it and somebody gave it a tug?
Yeah. And because the woman said, "Oh, I could see it getting dragged out." The fucking thing dropped like a fucking stone right on the ground. No, you fucking lying. Oh.
No.
Stupid.
Like I said, she's trying to sell it.
People.
She's selling it because it's going to make her money.
Yeah.
Or her boss's money. I'm not sure. I'm not confident she's the owner, honestly.
I don't think so either.
And that's why they wouldn't give her last name, probably. I think she's just a caretaker. Yeah. Or, it could even be just an actor for all we know. Yeah. So.
Crazy. It's craziness. And, Aaron, sitting in that chair and all of a sudden he comes back to life. Oh, I had a body experience. No, you fell asleep because it's boring.
That could be.
Be honest,
Yeah.
Just, oh my God.
But yeah, on their website, they even have this Ghost Adventures blurby here of having them come into the house. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On April 16, 2025, the Poltergeist house debuted on the Discovery Channel in Ghost Adventures, Poltergeist Curse. Led by Zach Baggins and team. Now they're just team.
Yeah, the team.
Now they're just the team. Yeah. Oh, man. Anyways, folks, I don't even want to talk about this stupid show anymore. It is 90 minutes. I won't get back. If you are truly a big fan of Ghost Adventures, go ahead and watch it. But if you're curious and just want to see the house itself, it's a beautiful house. it is got some of the stuff. I wouldn't even say it's the original stuff that looks like the original. The TV is the vintage style TV that Heather O'Rourke was touching and, had playing and stuff from the movie. Some of the furniture looks like it's been, set up to look like the original, but this is by no way a lived-in house. Not at all. Not at all.
No.
But anyway, yeah, if you're curious, go ahead and watch it, or turn it on for 10, 15 minutes, watch it and turn it off. That's all you need to see.
Turn it on and watch as much as you can stomach.
Yeah. So that's about it. I'm just not a fan of fakery, and I think this was just a whole big bunch of garbage.
And the new equipment, I was going to mention that too. Like, what in the ever-loving fuck was some of that stuff? Projecting on the wall, and there's a black hand crawling up the edge. What the hell?
Oh, I know. There's so much bunk. So much bunk.
It made my head hurt. My eyes rolling back in the, But, so silly. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to say goodbye, and you keep going on and on. He's got things to say, folks. He's got things to say.
Irritating. The guy irritates me.
Yeah, I know.
Haven't had a good Zach rant in a while.
You're good for a while now. Now. Anyways, folks, that was Ghost Adventures, the Poltergeist House Curse. It is season 29, episode 1. If you're looking for it on Discovery, enjoy. And that's it for us. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are in this great wide world.
Happy haunting.
Happy haunting. Bye now.